Hello, my amazing artists, and welcome. Today we're going to be learning about artist Piet Mondrian, and we're going to create an artwork inspired by his work. Piet Mondrian was a Dutch artist who lived from 1872 to 1944. He was one of the first artists to make abstract art in the 20th century. Abstract art is made of lines, shapes, and colors, and it is not a picture of something specific. Piet Mondrian's art is made of lines, shapes, and colors. What types of lines do you see in this picture? There are lots of different lines. Some are horizontal, that go side to side. Vertical lines go up and down. We have wavy lines and zigzag lines and loopy lines and many, many more. Here's another Piet Mondrian painting called Broadway Boogie. What shapes do you see in this painting? You're right, lots of squares and rectangles. There are many different types of shapes. Here we have a square, a rectangle, a circle, triangle, pentagon, and hexagon. What colors do you see in this Piet Mondrian painting? You got it. Red, blues, yellow, black, and white. Red, blue, and yellow are primary colors. Can everyone say primary colors? We need primary colors to mix all the other colors we see in the rainbow. Now it's time to create our own art inspired by Piet Mondrian. You'll need a piece of paper, markers or crayons in black, red, yellow, and blue, and 2 or 4 different things around your house that are shaped like rectangles or squares. Alright, I've collected all my materials and now I'm ready to create. But first, I'm going to show you the different objects I will be tracing for my own artwork. So I have a tiny Rubik's Cube that's a square. I have this small rectangular box. I have this medium-sized rectangular box of rice. And another box that's the largest box I have. So what I'm going to do, since I have different sized boxes, I'm going to trace my large boxes first. And when I trace my objects, I'm going to set them on my paper where I would like them, hold it down with your other hand, and go along the edges or outside of the box so that I can make my different rectangles and squares. And I'm going to do this for every object until I like all the different shapes and lines on my paper. You can even overlap your different shapes to make new shapes. Make sure you have an adult's permission before using certain objects. I used empty boxes and things that can clean off very easily with a washable marker. But always ask permission just in case. If you can't find empty boxes, it's okay to make your own squares and rectangles on your paper. It's good practice too to draw your own shapes. Done tracing all my objects and I'm happy with how my artwork looks so far. And now it's time to color. Remember, we're going to be using the primary colors, which are red, yellow, and blue. When we color in our artwork, we're only going to color in squares or rectangles. We're not going to color in the other weird shapes we may have created when overlapping our objects. Again, we're going to color in rectangles and squares. And you can put your primary colors anywhere you want on your paper as long as it's in a rectangle or a square. And remember, when we're coloring in artwork, we want to use good craftsmanship, which means we have an even layer of color and we stay within the lines we created when we traced our objects. Now that I'm almost finished coloring in my artwork, I'm going to remember that I have to take a picture of it and upload it to Artsonia. The directions to upload to Artsonia are at the end of the PowerPoint, and it goes by step of how to do that. But if you need help from an adult, don't be afraid to ask. Also, if you're having trouble logging in to your own account, you can email me, and my email is at the end of the PowerPoint as well. Just don't forget to upload, because I love seeing what everybody's creating at home. I've already got a few awesome submissions, and I'm really excited to see all the creative minds that are at home. So once you're done with your artwork, don't forget to upload to Artsonia. And now it is your time to get creative.